Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and thank you all for being here today. I'm very proud to be able to represent Interior Secretary Ken Salazar at this gathering. Our Secretary is unable to be here. He's in Houston doing everything humanly possible he can to help deal with the oil spill disaster. The Department of the Interior is part of the history of the Chesapeake Bay. We have 13 national wildlife refuges and 51 units of the National Park System around the bay and in its watersheds. So Interior will play a key role in this restoration strategy. With our federal partners and state governments and local communities and interested stakeholders, we're going to restore corridors of healthy habitat. And I just want to make it clear how massive this effort is. We're looking at, by 2025, restoring 180,000 acres of wetlands and 180,000 miles of forested buffer. We're looking at opening up 1,000 miles of streams to migratory passage for important species like river herring and American shad and American eel. The Department of the Interior is going to lead the effort for restoration of 2 endangered species, brook trout and black duck. Again, by 2025, we're going to restore brook trout populations in priority watersheds, and we're going to restore the wintering population of black duck that uses the bay, depends on the bay for their migration. We're going to join with the 6 states and local communities and land trusts throughout the watershed to protect millions, literally millions of acres of conservation land. And we're adding 300 new public access sites to the bay. And that's consistent with President Obama's Great Outdoors America initiative, because we're trying to reconnect citizens with the outdoors, with these treasured landscapes like the bay. We're going to base these actions on sound science, because science is essential to provide the foundation for these tough decisions that we're going to have to make about monitoring and prioritizing and implementing this strategy. So USGS and NOAA will promote ecosystem-based adaptive management to effectively prioritize and manage these restoration activities. We have a lot to do in the coming years, but we've come a long way already. And for that, I know that my distinguished colleagues and these distinguished speakers will join with me in thanking the many federal employees who have brought us to this point. Their dedication and their efforts over the years have gotten us to this beautiful setting and to the cleanup that has already occurred. So we thank them for their work. We have a lot to do in the future, but I think you can tell from this gathering that there's a lot of motivation here. We are eager to approach these tasks. We're going to protect and restore this national treasure for future generations. Now I'd like to introduce my colleague from the Department of Commerce, Monica Medina, who is the Principal Deputy Secretary for Oceans and Atmosphere. She's been heavily involved in the Chesapeake Bay restoration and will talk to us about Commerce's role.
Good morning. I'm so delighted to be here. It's hard not to be inspired to do this work when you're sitting in a beautiful setting like this. And I'm just here to say that NOAA has brought its A game to this restoring this watershed, and our A team. So I want to start by thanking our Chesapeake Bay office for all the hard work that they've put in to bringing this day about, and for all the hard work that they're going to be doing in the next few years to keep it up. I want to say that NOAA's strength in this is its background in science and service and stewardship. I just want to take a minute to highlight a few of the things that we're going to do. We're going to be bringing our best technology to bear on this problem. We'll use advanced acoustic seafloor mapping technologies and multi-beam and side-scan sonar to help determine the type and quality and distribution of the habitats that are here so that we can more precisely figure out where to do restoration projects. And this work is critical to achieving the outcome of the strategy that we restore native oyster populations and habitats in 20 out of 35 to 40 candidates in the tributaries by 2025. In addition, we'll be doing a lot of good work to reevaluate the interim abundance targets for the blue crab and complete a thorough assessment by 2011 so that we can bring the blue crab populations back to where they should be. In addition, we're going to be opening a new environmental science training center here in the Chesapeake Bay to create a more robust and comprehensive elementary and secondary school environmental literacy initiative. And there's already a great one out here on the bay. My own children have been here doing good work in the Chesapeake Bay, and I look forward to NOAA's ability to bring more school children out here to educate them about the importance of conserving our environment. I do want to say also on behalf of Dr. Lubchenko that she wishes she could be here today. She is also hard at work dealing with the impacts of the catastrophe in the Gulf of Mexico, but she sends her regards to everyone and her thanks to everyone here, including all the great federal partners. In wrapping up, I think I would just say that what you can see here is a commitment, a strong commitment on behalf of the federal government. It began with a commitment by the President, and now what you see is a commitment by all of us to continue this great work and to restore this magnificent place and this watershed. And we thank you all for being here and for your commitment as well.